overnight strikes by Israel on Iran?
We took action. The leaders of Iran have not only sworn to destroy the state of Israel time and again, including this month by the leader himself, but also have developed various ways of making sure that this happens. The first and the most imminent threat that we are acting against now is the threat of a nuclear-armed Iran. And they have been doing two things in the context of the nuclear military threat. They have been doing experiments to create a nuclear warhead. As you know, probably the audience heard that Iran has been having an illicit military nuclear program for many years, and they have been accumulating enriched uranium. In the last few months, they actually have speeded up the pace of enriched uranium, and now they have enriched uranium for 9 nuclear bombs. But what actually triggered this in the more immediate context is the fact that there was a clandestine group that has been working on actually assembling the nuclear weapon on a ballistic missile. Okay? So that would create a situation in which Israel could be attacked by nuclear ballistic missiles, thousands of them. And we are a state just half the size of Haryana or the size of Mizoram. Okay? This is for us is something that we cannot bear. We have seen also that the IAEA has determined that Iran actually has breached the safeguards agreement, has been conducting illicit and undeclared nuclear activity outside of the scope of what they have been agreeing to abide under the umbrella of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. So this was the first thing that we did. The second threat that we are working against is the threat of ballistic missiles. Because as you know, Israel is pretty small. The Iranians have attacked us with a barrage of 300 ballistic missiles in April this year, in October last year.
I think even as we are recording this, there are unconfirmed reports that missile strike is imminent on Israel now.
There's actually a confirmed report that more than 100 drones have been launched from Iranian territory towards Israel. This will take about 7 hours to get into Israel. Probably it will be combined with a strike of ballistic missiles like they did last April or even more. So we are in a situation that not only Iran has accumulated thousands of ballistic missiles, but it had a program. According to intelligence we gathered, it was corroborated by our allies to build 10,000 ballistic missiles in the next 3 years and 20,000 ballistic missiles in the next 6 years. So any country, not only Israel, but any country in the region and actually in the world would be under a threat of a radical regime that is equipped with thousands of ballistic missiles carrying 1-ton payload each that could even actually be armed with a nuclear weapon.
Okay.
We are defending ourselves by defending ourselves, we are basically defending the world from this terrible regime that actually is committed to destroy us. Now, I talked about two aspects. There is also a third aspect of their plan to destroy us, and that is their proxy war. As you know, in the last 18 months, we've been dealing with attacks from Iranian proxies like Hezbollah that accumulated 150,000 missiles, like their militias in Iran, in Syria, in Yemen, etc., Hamas. So that proxy threat was mostly dealt with, and now we are dealing with the heart of the most dangerous program of weapons of mass destruction.
So Operation Rising Lion. So this podcast, let's restrict it, that conversation, because we have limited time with you.
Ambassador, quick clarification on your opening statement. So the immediate intelligence you're saying is that Israel found out that a clandestine unit of the Iranian IRGC, or whichever the equivalent is over there that handles with tactical nuclear weapons, they were in the process of pairing a nuclear warhead with a ballistic missile?
Yes.
Then that is something that happened overnight, that you received this intelligence?
No, this has been happening in the last few months, and we got to the conclusion that we cannot wait anymore, and we have to prepare the grounds. Look, the Iranians have been stalling for time for many years, okay? They've been conducting negotiations with the international community, and actually they have been as you know, they have been conducting negotiations with the United States in the last few months. And while doing that, they were arming a nuclear weapon. So we got to the conclusion, this is an Israeli operation, but we are fully coordinated with the United States. And the United States knows this information and therefore took precautions, as you probably saw, of taking their personnel out of bases around the Middle East.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.